Hey, it's okay. I'm back again with another Daily Doodle from the Tales from the Crypt Keeper Halloween Edition 2017. I hope you had a good Halloween. I had a great one. I also put up a new poll over on the Okayokayokok DeviantArt website profile page. If you want to go there to check out the gallery, you can also see the new poll. There is a new poll about the worst candy to be given on Halloween. Lots of fun descriptions along with those. I had fun writing that up. Anyways, this is the last inking. This girl right here is the last thing I have to ink before the inking is done for pre-order. I still have, 7 or 8 more pages to ink. So I still have a lot of work to do, but I really want to get pre-order out by the end of the weekend, November 5th. And so after I finish inking this, it will be coloring for the next couple of days. I'll be coloring the 7 pages that are ready for pre-order. Well, that will be ready for pre-order. Hopefully it all just comes together. I know it's going to take a lot of intense work on my part, but it's turned into a fun comic. I'm enjoying doing the artwork for it, and I'm excited to share it with you. All right, what else do we have going on? I'm also looking into creating a t-shirt shop. It's not going to be something I spend a lot of time on because I don't have a lot of time to spend on it, but I've got a lot of t-shirt designs that I have already come up with and drawn out, and they're just sitting on my computer, and I thought I'll go ahead and create a shop. It'll just be something that's kind of like a little hidden gem on my site. And honestly, I'm really just mostly excited to put these onto the artist shop over at Threadless and to buy a couple of shirts that have my own designs on them, because I'm excited to get some of my own artwork on my shirt, on myself. I did a lot of graffiti work a few years ago, and I'm planning on using some of the artwork I created back then, and a lot of it's like monkeys and kind of like interesting, kind of amusing little images that I'm excited to get up onto t-shirts. Anyways, that'll be coming up. I probably will try to finish the comic before I get that going, but you heard it first here. T-shirts are coming. Monkey t-shirts. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. You can actually see some of the designs on my website. If you go over to the Okayokayokok comic shop, click on the normal safe for work art down at the bottom of the intro page, and it'll take you over to my real art website, and that's probably how I'll do the t-shirts and that kind of thing. Not really pushing them strong, just a little extra thing you can find on the website. Little fun place you can go hang out and check out some art. Maybe you want to buy some too. That would be cool. I don't think I get much money for it, but again, I'm mostly just wanting to put some of my art on a shirt and buy that shirt. Kind of out of selfish reasons, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. The next thing I wanted to talk about was, if you're still in the mood for scary movies, Netflix just came out with this original movie based on a Stephen King novel, and the movie, what is this called? Gerald's Game, I think it's called. Yeah. So the movie is called Gerald's Game. It's based on a Stephen King novel, or they kind of come up with these crazy names for novels now, like Novola. Maybe it's a short novel. I'm not sure. But I watched it, and I feel like Netflix did a good job well, Netflix didn't do it, but I feel like Netflix is acquiring more good movies, and this is a good movie. I thought. A lot of times Netflix movies or series are very hit and miss. I'm not sure. There's a lot of Netflix's stuff, original stuff that I like, but this is definitely something that I would recommend. It's kind of just a creepy, scary movie. It's a very interesting idea, and I don't want to ruin too much of it, so I'll just give you my recommendation. But it's called Gerald's Game on Netflix. It reminds me a lot of 1922, the other Stephen King based movie that Netflix just produced. And I also read in an article that they're going to do a remake of Pet Sematary. Not sure how I feel about that, but I'm also going to try to get around to watching the original Pet Sematary this weekend. The reason they're doing it is because there's a lot of Stephen King reworks being done right now, and with the success of it, they've been talking about doing a remake of Pet Sematary for a long time. I think like 10 years they've been thinking about it, and they're jumping on this Stephen King roller coaster while it is going. So a lot of good Stephen King movies coming out, and I could point out that Stranger Things 2, or Stranger Things the whole series, was very inspired by Stephen King's work. And I feel like Stephen King is, if you didn't know who Stephen King was before, I think by next year he's going to be like just a household name if he's not already. I think that they're really going to continue doing more Stephen King work, and he just kind of churns it out real quickly, and it's good stuff. So Stephen King is big right now. So hot right now. Yeah. And I also wanted to talk about this other cool thing I read while I was reading articles and saw that Pet Sematary. I saw that the brewing company that is responsible for Coors kind of beer. I don't actually drink beer for medical reasons, but I thought this was really interesting. Coors bought something like a $300 million stake in a Canadian weed growing company. Apparently weed is on the rise, sales and profits from weed, and alcohol is what's the word for going down? The profits are going from alcohol to weed. As weed becomes more legal, more people are smoking weed than drinking alcohol, which is crazy, right? So it's scaring some of the alcohol producers, and they're trying to jump on the boat before it sails off. That's what they were saying in the thing. They don't want to be left behind, and they're thinking about trying to create a way to drink like weed infused water, not weed infused water, but they're trying to make weed drinkable, which I had never heard of that before. I was like, I can't say that sounds appetizing, but if they could make it taste good, that would be so awesome. And I think I support weed over alcohol because of I feel like alcohol has more side effects that are harmful than weed does. I think that you do need to be at least out of college, maybe starting maybe starting your career by the time you start smoking weed. I don't know. I've heard some reports that seem credible that smoking weed too early in your life can really cause some strange effects on the brain. And I'm sure it's fine to do it a little bit, but I would not get in the habit of smoking weed if you're not over 18 years old. You're not even allowed to. It's not legal. But from a medical standpoint, I know that even if it's not legal, you can still get your hands on some weed. But from a medical standpoint, it seems very legitimately dangerous to be smoking a lot of weed before you're like 21 years old at least. And I think a lot of people do that, but well, not a lot, but I would just say if you are under 21 and you're smoking weed, I would say don't smoke too much of it. I would say keep it in check and don't turn it into an obsession, like a addiction kind of thing. I know weed isn't addictive, but I guess it can become a habit and just something you do too much. And I just want to say, be careful. Don't do too much of it. But anyways, this has been a Daily Doodle for Tales from the Crypt Keeper Halloween edition 2017. I am finishing up inking, and now I'm going to be moving on to coloring in the next few days, and then we'll get the pre-order out on Sunday, November 5th, 2017. I hope you're excited about this issue. I'm really, really excited. It should be a good mix of scary, mix of horror movie, and make sure that doesn't look like a bulge down there. A good mix of scary and fetish. Very good addition to the Tales from the Crypt Keeper series. And that is it. Be sure to subscribe. Ask any questions in the comments below. Visit me on DeviantArt. Subscribe or hit that like button. Thank you, and I will check you out later.